Hi YouTube family, my name is Elysia English and welcome back to my channel. Okay, and welcome to our living room. We just completed our room transformation, but guess what? This room is missing something, and all day I've been itching to get to a DIY project to add to the space. I know, I feel like it's never gonna be done when I keep thinking of new ideas, but I absolutely have to tackle this DIY project. It was actually inspired by a room makeover that I recently saw. Drew at Lone Fox just redid a makeover for an apartment for his friend Marco. And in that room transformation, I'll put the link to the video down below so you can check out all the work that Drew did on this makeover. It is absolutely stunning, and one of the elements that he added to this room was 2 swivel boucle chairs into Marco's apartment. They are absolutely to die for. And what I really found is that it added a really cozy element to this Scandinavian style room makeover that he did. And I felt like since this room is missing something, it's missing a really extra cozy, very Scandinavian style chair. And so how am I gonna do that? I'm actually going to use an existing chair that I purchased a few months back off of Wayfair. I think it was pretty inexpensive to begin with, but I had to have this chair because I love the wood elements and the creamy white fabric. Problem is, somebody, and I won't name any names, sat on this chair with dark pants.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what happened?
What?
Somebody might be feeling a little guilty behind the camera right now. There is a navy blue black mark on the front of the chair from these dark pants. Drives me crazy, and I've been afraid to try to get it off, thinking I'm going to ruin this very creamy white chair. I know, I have dogs. Creamy white chair, right? But it actually is a great fabric, and it is really easy to clean, but I'm afraid since the color on the front is so dark, I was going to ruin it. So I've left it be. But it's okay, because today's DIY is going to solve the problem of the black part on the front of the chair. So let's gather a few supplies we already have here around the house, and let's get DIYing this very Scandinavian style chair. So what I did was went online to find some inspiration for a sheepskin armchair, and I had seen this picture online, but I didn't know what company it was from, and so I searched and searched until I finally found it. It was actually from Restoration Hardware, and believe it or not, this chair is over $3,000 US. So I am Canadian, so this chair would be a significantly larger number than that, and so it's just not in the budget for me to order this beautiful chair. It is a Yeti Sheepskin Chair, and I loved how the arms here had the rounded front and the really tapered kind of smaller end on the bottom of the wood there, and I love the wood element. And so I did reflect and notice that my armchair that I already have from Wayfair has a rounded handle here. It does have the rattan on the side, which I do love, and my legs are actually tapered just the same as this. And it's in the wood tone that I already like, which is that softer honey wood that I've been going for with some of our other Scandinavian styles. And so I think this chair is absolutely amazing. You can see it in a few different angles here. And I love the shaggy look of the sheepskin. And so this is what I'm going to take inspiration for when designing my own chair for a lot less. So I just went on the Wayfair website to show you the chair that I originally purchased. It's the Warlick chair, and it is a smaller size armchair, although it has a nice wide seat to it. And you can see it has the really rounded angles here and then the tapered legs, just like the one from Restoration Hardware. Mine just has the actual rattan insert here on the side, which I absolutely love. And I do believe I got mine for about $270, so it must have been on sale when I got it, but the price now is $419. Still a huge savings if I can DIY this from the over $3,000 on the Restoration Hardware site. So in order to make a sheepskin covered chair, I'm going to need some sheepskin. And we actually ordered 2 of these that I was planning on having in front of the fireplace for our pups to lay on because I thought it was super cute to have this instead of dog beds. They don't care about them, they don't use them, and so I get to use them for this DIY. And so I actually am going to need a few other supplies in order to do this. So I need a measuring tape. We had just picked up a new staple gun and some staples for it, and they're nice and long since this is a thick skin on the back here with the stitching, a marker so I can make my lines with my measurements. I didn't know if I would need a fabric measuring tape as well as a regular measuring tape, some cutting tools, and then I also have multi-head and an Allen key to take apart my chair. So couldn't remember how exactly I took that apart when I put it together when we got it. And I think that's all I'm gonna need. If I need anything else as I go, then I'll update you on my supply list. But I think since I've not done this before, this is all I'm gonna need to accomplish this. If I remember correctly, this chair was very easy to put together, so I'm hoping it's just as easy to take it apart, which is why I think it will be pretty easy to upholster this chair because it comes into pieces. Let's see. Oh, it's Velcroed at the back. It's for the Velcro, I remembered.
I've been
lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I still need to brush it out, and then, to be completely honest, I feel like that was the perfect placement, just like beginner's luck, because that was the widest point. So I already know how deep I need this, so I think I'm gonna cut it a little bit back and then do my first staples like right off the back, because I feel like that actually fits perfect on the front. Right? Can you see from the sides, like it goes right around, and then I can tuck it all in to the edge.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit of excess just so that I can wrap it, and then I can trim up underneath at the very end so we don't look like we're like hanging sheep at the bottom.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's gonna be the best for cutting this, and I have a multiple selection of different whiskers to try, because I don't want to waste anything, because I feel like any of these scrap pieces I can use for a totally separate DIY. Because I feel like this is going to inspire an ottoman of some kind.
Yes.
So let's be really cautious with how we cut this. And instead of cutting the fur, yeah, so I'm just using the scissors to go across the back leather. I'm not doing the actual like fur striping. I had ordered these sheepskin rugs off of Hudson Bay Co. when we first were getting here. I don't know if they still have them or not, but coming in handy. That cut really easy. I've never cut that before. So I definitely know I have more than I need here. So if I can staple that underneath, that's kind of the look. And then I can brush it all out at the end. I'm gonna worry about the finessing at the end. I don't wanna wrap it totally to the back of this piece, because I still need this mechanism to snap in tight.
Right.
So that it goes in deep enough to hold the back. So I'm going to do that into two pieces. So I'll have to upholster this tiny little section at the back. So I'm gonna cut this here so it doesn't interfere. Otherwise it'll be too thick in that section, right?
Yeah.
That's my thoughts anyways. But this piece I'm cutting off can be this little lower back part, so that there's fur covering the total back. I'm giving it a bit of a haircut so that all of this extra weight isn't in where the mechanism needs to go.
Right.
So I'm going to use the leather part and put it down into this part, because this is where you're not going to see, because this is where it joins in. And there's a wood bar underneath, right where I needed one to be able to add those staples. Want to make sure it's nice and tight. See, I definitely left way more than I needed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my staples in, and then I can cut it once I get them on.
I just pull it
Again,
taut when you do it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for that thick. There's a thick, you can see,
Yep.
there's a wood panel there. So it really gives me something to adhere that to. I do have a pneumatic stapler that I use when I usually do upholstery, but since we moved, we don't have a big air pig anymore. So I'm just using the handheld one, but it actually is working great for this. Hot? I know,
Yeah.
cooking me.
Oh my gosh, that freaking furnace is just on fire.
You stacked it, and then I'm sitting in front of it.
I gotta
holding
open another
sheep wood.
window open.
Well,
Just trimming off the excess.
yeah, because I don't want it to hang underneath. And then once I'm all done, I can add more staples so that we don't see anything from the underside. Just an inch or so off the end here.
We'll have to cart it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I have to borrow one of Mom's wool carding things. It's like a really big chia pet. Whoops. They fit in like a little puzzle. There you go. Yeah, so not at the bottom.
Not at the bottom.
Yep, so I can adhere it to there, and then I gotta clip it in. There we go. And then I have to go all the way down the back,
Right.
because then where
It
Velcro
covers where it
flaps,
Velcros.
Yeah.
And you want it to go underneath if you want, and then you can staple it up underneath, and then it's like furry.
I'm only gonna attach it, I feel like right now, to this lower part here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put this on.
Yeah.
And then I'll finish the backside, I think.
Yeah, try that.
So that will staple on that wood bar. I'm gonna move that out. That will staple on that wood bar at the bottom. This at the top. I feel like once I cut it, it's irreversible.
Yeah, you can't turn back.
I
Yeah.
have to really like think every step.
I mean, you are really good with hot glue, but I don't
I
know.
don't want hot glue my chair, I want to upholster it. So, I mean, hot glue is always like, keep a roll of duct tape around the drawer, but
Yeah.
that's not quite how I want to do it for the living room.
No, I think you're onto something.
It's like, feel that hard bar in there. Because
You want to get some meat.
if I block that mechanism, it's not gonna close properly.
Goodness me.
There's the wood bar. Does it look like a sheep?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, now I have these little patches of the side.
Oh yeah.
This is what my dreams are made of. I haven't even seen it from the front. I refuse to look until I'm done.
It's incredible.
I'm cutting an arched oval. I need my marker. I'm gonna cut from. This is like sort of how you would do like an arm piece on a couch. Fits right in my space to staple on. And then I need to go straight down there. So I'm gonna make my mark. I'm gonna do it so it can kind of overlap underneath so it looks seamless from the back. I'm gonna go just outside my line so I can tuck it. I'm trying not to cut that first so that I still have the length of
Right.
the fluffer.
Oh my gosh. It's
I
incredible.
still have to put my staples in. And then I can play with the hair. Okay, so I'm gonna put my staples in. Back first on the wood bar. I love that their wood frame on this was everywhere around the back. Except for when you miss the wood bar.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter's snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I've known that you'd be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? I try my best to move on, to let go.
This might actually be my ultimate favorite DIY ever, and probably my favorite item in the house right now. I keep staring at it from across the living room being like, did I just save like $3,000 US DIYing my own chair using only what I had here at the house? Yes, this is absolutely incredible. I hope that you like it as much as I do. Let me know in the comment section, do you like the chair? Do you not like the chair? Like, any honest opinions welcomed. I think it's absolutely going to fit perfectly in the style that I'm looking for, and it really added that cozy element that I was inspired to create from the Lone Fox video. I think that this is just the perfect addition to this space. We have the wood stove going. We have really warm, cozy textiles like my Hudson Bayco blanket, pillows. We have a beautiful, really awesome rug that's coming that I think will really finish up this space. And then I have planned to do a DIY wood project that's going to go on the one blank wall that we have here, which you'll get to see me do a little bit later this week. I'm just kind of getting my idea together to do something with that. So I think the space will be completely done by the end of the week, and I think this was the addition that this room really needed. Thank you so much to Lone Fox for the inspiration. I love you guys. Thank you for always cheering me on, and I will see you on tomorrow's video. Half a sheep stuck to my legs.